Well, David, here we are approaching Christmas and our Boxing Day against Scarborough. Almost halfway through the season. We just played game number 22. We're 11th in the table, 4 points off the playoffs, unbeaten in our last 6 league games. You must be quite happy with that.
Yeah, well, good morning, Ray. Yes, I was delighted to see the 3 points yesterday. And can I just say, what a strike from Will. I don't think he hit a better ball any time in his career than that. You can see the keeper get out of the way, but fear of getting hurt. Anyway, no, it was a great performance yesterday. So, yes, where we're at so far this season, yes, given the start we had with the injuries and having a lot of kids on the bench, I'm delighted to be within 4 points of the playoffs at the moment. I think the league this season it's so tight. Everybody can beat everybody. I was impressed with Chorley, but apart from that, and again they have some results that are up and down. If you look how tight the table is, there's a real chance to push on and do something here. From our point of view, I think Stephen Cherry got the guys playing to a system, and people are slotting into that system now. So even when we have personnel changes, they know what they're doing, and we've got great shape in there. Uh, if I had any concern, it would be we're not scoring enough goals. That's collectively as a team. Um, if we can get one of the strikers getting 15 goals between now and the end of the season, we'll definitely end up in the playoffs. We don't concede many. I think we've got the best keeper in the league, and the back four are looking very very good together. So I think yeah, happy where we are, particularly since we had some players missing, and we're getting those players back. I think we've got a chance to push on, but we'll talk about that in due course.
Now, Steve and Terry have done supremely well, really, haven't they? Because if you remember this time last year, we were near the bottom of the table. But they came along, rescued us with a game to spare, and here we are just outside the playoffs. What a great job those two have done, and the rest of the guys as well.
Yeah, look, it's been a whole team event, but it's been fantastic. I never want to go through what I went through last season. The stress on everybody from at all levels in the club was just very very difficult, and hard to take. But yeah, fantastic turnaround, professionalism. Some great players being signed to add what we had. And I think we're not far off. If I look into the next where we go for the rest of the season, we need more goals. I think I'll be talking with Steve over the Christmas break about where we are, what we're looking for. It may be that we might need to strengthen a little bit in January, in the new year, and we've got to have a look how that can be funded. But I think that we're so close here. If we can score more goals, I can guarantee we'll probably we're going to be very very close to those playoff spots because everybody can beat everybody, and to be 4 points away from that and maybe 9 or 10 off the top of the league at this stage after the start we had. Yeah, it's great. Look, there's a chance to push on this season, and I'm excited by that.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the consistency of the league, I don't think there is any, is there? There's nobody at the moment who is averaging more than 2 points per game. And the leaders, Curzon Ashton, for example, they lost yesterday at Leamington.
I know.
And you mentioned Chorley there, who were going great guns, and they've slipped a little bit in recent weeks. Scunthorpe aren't exactly running away with it either. So it's there for somebody who can string a run of wins together, isn't it?
Absolutely. If you look, I remember the opening day of the season when we played Kitty. They just were a little bit better in possession with the ball. But I was thinking, well, where they're going to be, they're still up there. But again, they haven't gone on and pushed on with the budget and the squad they've got. It's very very tight, very very tight at the top, and we've got to go out and keep performing though. Big game Boxing Day, and then we've got New Year's Day with Shields, which again it'll be a tough game, but you know, I think the opportunity to string 3 or 4 wins together, you can be right in the mix.
Yeah, but this goes back to your point about more funding. That if we are going to get a new striker, for example, should we go down that route or strengthen the squad in somewhere, then it's going to need investment, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Look, and I'm talking to. I need to talk with Steve through with Steve first, and on his views, and then we'll sit as a board and discuss that. And we'll discuss with the supporters group board as well what's possible, what's not. Um, you know, let's be clear, the budget's spent. So if we are looking to kick on, then we might need help with that. I think we were in. If you remember where we were in this when we were sitting top of the league a couple of seasons ago with Alan, we did try to bring players in. It wasn't a lack of investment at the time. We tried to bring players. We had a deal done for, if you remember, Ray had a deal done for Jimmy Spencer, but then he went and got offered a lot more money elsewhere. So he was coming in to replace Becky, but then decided to go off as to Curzon. Yeah. So we were trying to, push on and invest, but we couldn't get the players in, which was difficult. I think this season we've certainly made a lot better use of the loan market. We've got some players on loan at the moment. And we've had different players in and out all season, but it does help to help the squad when we need that little bit. When we've got injuries, etc. So we'll see what we get to in January. Talk with Steve, talk with Chris on the finances, and John at the supporters group, and see what we can do. But I would like to push on. I really would.
Now, in terms of the goal scoring this season, okay, we might want to score more goals, but I'll tell you what, there's been some top quality goals. We've mentioned Wills yesterday down at Needham Market, but look at those goals at Ratcliffe Borough. I mean, all 4 goals that day were worthy competition winners in themselves, weren't they? It just goes to show we got the players who can do this sort of thing.
Yeah, there's some spectacular goals this season. I still think yesterday's was the best of the lot, mine. But the cracking goals down there. If you look at Caden's, and then what was it, Griff's and Wills, and even the last goal when Sed gets in and gets around the back and finishes well. All 4 good goals. But we've got it. We need to be. We're not creating enough at the moment. We need to be more clinical in front of goal when we get the chances as well. It'll come. I think you've got 2 great forwards in Cedric and Jack. Jack's learning this season, but I tell you what, he's certainly put himself about and occupying centre halves as well. Does a lot for the team with his work rate, etc. The goals will come. But it's a question of can we support those with those 2 with somebody else who can maybe score a few as well. That's the thing. Midfielder chipping in. Obviously Will is, but Caden scored. But we need everybody contributing. We need more goals. It's quite clear.
That's on the field. Off the field, there's a touch of speculation going on about the new ground or a possible new ground. Is there anything you can tell us about that, David?
Yeah, I'm not going to make any promises here, but because it's such a complex situation. But all I will say is we are in detailed negotiations with all stakeholders, and I know people have heard me say that before, but this is a complex deal. We are making real progress. And when I've got somebody to say, well, I'm not going to put any timelines on that or deadlines on it, just let me know that a number of us at the board level, supporters group board and main board, are working on this, shall we say, every evening. The last few weeks has been a very, very busy period around it. So we'll see where we get to. Hopefully we'll have some positive news at some point in the future. But we are definitely making real progress with the discussions off the field.
Yeah. And we must also stress that for reasons of confidentiality, we cannot go public until everybody agrees on what can be said.
Agreed.
Anyway, we're approaching Christmas, David. I'm sure you'd like to wish everybody all the best, and let's hope for a successful 2025.
Yes, look, it's certainly been a better start than last year. Last Christmas was a little bit worrying where we were in the league, etc., etc. But this year, I know it's been another difficult year, and I think as conflict continues around the world, it's a very, very uncertain global position, obviously, which we'd like to see some peace in the new year. But yes, to all the Darlington fans out there around the world, have a safe and Merry Christmas, and if you celebrate Christmas, but enjoy the time with your family and friends over the festive break, and let's get come back in January and push on. I'm certainly looking forward to the Boxing Day game. I think we'll have a big crowd there on Boxing Day, maybe 2,000 with a bit of luck, and then we've got to go to Shields. But let's just push on and see where we get to. I'm very positive. I'm viewing the rest of the season very positively. I'm very happy where Steve and Terry and the squad have got us to so far, and I think if we can kick on from here, then we've got a real chance to do something this season, which would be great. But have a great Christmas, everybody. I'll be around the ground on Boxing Day, and I'm also going to Shields. So if you want to come have a chat about anything, feel free to do so. Yeah, Merry Christmas.